Hi everyone and welcome to the Vegan Mooncat. Today I have a special guest, Vegan Gaze.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm lovely, just memeing.
You have a good Christmas?
Yeah, it was good. I liked it. I ate a lot, too much. That's
Yes,
fine.
so did we all. So today we're going to be having a Vegan Gaze takeover. So we're going to be doing a similar sort of content to what Vegan Gaze does on her own channel, which is to reacting to vegan, content online. Do you want to tell them a bit about what you do on your own channel, etc.?
Yes, so I'm Vegan Gaze. I make vegan content because obviously vegans are incredibly deficient. So I'm just basically doing God's work over here. That's what we got to do. But I try to just make content that's kind of light-hearted so that none of us cry. You know what I mean? So just have a bit of fun.
I still cry anyway.
Yeah, but very secretly, quietly, when no one's looking. But yeah, that's basically it.
So what we'll do is we'll look at some content online and then react to it. Now, Vegan Gaze is an old hand with this, so I'll put the first one over to you.
Thank you ever so much. Predictable reaction, I suppose. I wonder if sarcastic comments like this are counterproductive, just too relevant to let it slide, though. And the context of this is it looks like there's a cat who's been put into a bin, which happens more than we would like to admit.
Yes, it's definitely. I remember that big incident with it was viral, wasn't it? Where the woman sort of like just pushed a cat into a bin.
Yeah, and the comments on that were very vegan, weren't they?
Very
yeah,
vegan comments from non-vegans.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah, but they can wish death on an old bag, but we can't. You know, we've got to be.
Definitely not.
Yeah, there's a special place in hell for people who throw animals away in the trash, said somebody. Right? What if it happens in an egg factory? Says the vegan, when they throw chicks in the bin because they're the wrong gender. Does that count?
For the most part, I don't think people think it does because they just don't believe that baby chicks have the same sort of place in society, do they? You know, like they're used to cuddly cats and dogs and all these other things. So you harm one of them and you're the worst person in the world and you need to burn.
I know.
But it's like, oh well, this is a consequence of like what we need to do, because without eggs, how are we going to get everything we need?
Exactly, and it makes you think quite positively, at least it does for me anyway, because it's like, well, actually, that's true. Maybe they're just not thinking about it because the process of them is taken away. These animals is taken away from us so that we don't connect with the animals and that we'll consume.
I will admit, before I went vegan, I never really knew about the whole macerating of baby chicks. It just doesn't come into the media, does it? It's not a pleasant thing.
It's not something you see on the carton, is it? It's not something.
There's a happy little chick looking to the sky going, this is amazing. I'm having the greatest day ever. Yeah. And really, he's going on along a conveyor belt looking, what's that down there? It looks unpleasant.
It looks unpleasant, and then yeet away.
That's it. That's it.
But that's the thing. Like, a lot of people, they're not once challenged on that relevant difference between a chick or a cat. They can't find it.
I don't know if that pops up on Facebook, say, and some like that woman, she was pushing the cat into the bin. People will watch that. People will watch that and they'll make a connection with the cat, and and they'll say, "Oh, that's really bad. That shouldn't have happened. That person deserves like real punishment." But then something goes past and goes, "Oh, watch this. It's about how baby chicks are treated in the egg industry." It's like, I'm not watching that. I can't watch that. That it's such a. They know what's coming. We say that we didn't know before we were vegan, but you do. You know that there's harm in there. It's just that as long as you don't see it, you don't have to consider it. And people know. It's like when they're scrolling past your Facebook or your Instagram, and it says sensitive content, from inside like a slaughterhouse. It's like, I'm not watching that. I like my bacon too much. I've actually had people say that. No, I can't watch it. It'll put me off my bacon.
It's like, good. Yes, it should.
That's why you should watch it.
Yes, exactly. Even if you're like, so it's a really kind of selfish line of reasoning, isn't it? Like, well, if I don't see it, then it's fine. Like, it doesn't happen. That's kind of how we seem to think about everything. If we don't physically see it, it's not happening, which is really.
That's it. And as long as we don't open our eyes to it, we can carry on with the terrible sort of behaviours that we're doing, and all's good in the world.
Yeah, all is fair in love and war. Exactly.
Yes, should I do this one?
Yes.
Yes. I mean,
You're the head in this one. That's fine.
Yes, I am vegan gaze. Oh, I wish I had a beanie. I've made errors.
I'm not even wearing a beanie, actually, so...
I should have said hello salads.
You should have said hello. Right, that's at the end. There's time.
Yeah. The ex-vegan YouTuber starter pack. Doesn't consult a doctor or a dietitian. I have to listen to what my body is telling me. I was constantly bloated, sick, tired, had a rare disease that can only be fixed by animal products. No mention of the animals, and moves to another extreme diet. Yeah, there we go. That says it all, doesn't it?
Genuinely, this is a beautiful YouTuber starter pack. I'm a very big fan of this, but that makes me think of every single one of them, actually. I feel like that covers...
It's not one of them that it hasn't happened to, is it? It happens to every single one of them.
Yeah? Like, the one that's most annoying, I think, is the whole no mention of animals whatsoever. Because a lot of the time, there wasn't much of a mention of animals to begin with.
No, there's a token gesture in there a lot of the time, isn't there? You know, it's like, I'm saying I'm vegan, so I have to, like, maybe do this once or, say this. And then, like, 99.9% of the content after that is just, all about them. How their journey's affected. Sort of like, how is it going for me? Blah, 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 blah. It's like, talk about the animals. Freaks.
You freaks.
Because I've had a health journey, since going vegan, my health has changed considerably, for the better. But if you look at my content on YouTube and stuff, it's not really, there's a couple of videos about me, to show the, the health benefits that you can have, going vegan. But for the most part, it's about the animals, because it is about them.
The thing is, you can simultaneously, it's like anything else in life, right? If you've got something that you need to do, but it would inconvenience or harm someone in a very bad way, if you do that thing, you suck. Like, in any other context, it's like you could think, right, let's just take it to a really extreme example. I could be a millionaire. I could be a trillionaire if I just killed Jeff Bezos, right? But I'm not going to do it because that would be harming another... Well, is he sentient?
The security would stop you.
Yeah, the security... I'd be assassinated before I even, maybe now I've even thought about that, his AI is going to come for
Yeah,
me,
I mean, something's picked that up now. Some kind of, analysing algorithm has picked you up saying that, and now you're on the Jeff Bezos' list of potential threats.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just... But that's the thing. Like, there are so many ways you could harm someone else in order to, benefit yourself, but you just don't do them. Like, I feel as if we were taught this when we were 3. So what's gone wrong? Like,
exactly. And a lot of the time when you look at ex-vegan YouTubers as well, you never see an ex-vegan YouTuber not really who is all about the animals. They're all about the animals, and also simultaneously following a full, proper, decent sort of version of a vegan diet, with plenty of calories, plenty of food, making sure that they're getting everything they need. You never see those guys particularly. It's always like the guy who's on an extreme diet. I'm talking to you, Tim Sheaf, who's like starved himself for a month, drank his own piss, sun gazed, contemplated why the earth is so flat. It's these kind of guys and girls. They're the ones that find it so much easier to go back to eating animals, because they're only saying, oh, look, my tummy's a bit sore. I really need to get something. I ate an egg and I felt so much better, and then I got a naughty dream and was it's like yeah, great. It sounds amazing for you. Maybe if you're just eating like a load of calories like you did when you started going back to eating animal products, you've had the same reaction.
Yeah, well, it's, even if they do say things regarding ethics, I'm not convinced, because one, saying something and believing it are two different things. And if you are involved in a movement that abstains from doing a certain thing, it's really easy to talk about how wrong and awful that is because you're not doing it anymore. So it's like, okay, well,
yeah,
you can circle jerk in that sense, and that that is the thing. Like, obviously, if you are trying to cultivate an audience for yourself and you're someone who, you know, talks about plant-based dieting and whatnot, then you're going to be like, yeah, it's wrong to do that. You're going to want to appeal to that group. So you're going to say it. It doesn't mean
definitely.
you actually care. So I'm not convinced, ever.
And a lot of the time you hear this, it's not, I didn't think that eating just plants was optimal. Who gives a crap about the word optimal? It's like, ooh, I mean, in my opinion, it is optimal. But even if it wasn't optimal, even if, like, adding 10% animal products in there made your, you know, diet completely optimal, which it doesn't, in my opinion, by the way. So the hell what? Be 10% less optimal and save all those lives. I mean, just be 9% optimal.
My life would be optimal if I went round and stole loads of money from elderly ladies. Like, because I would be much healthier. I could pay for a personal chef to make sure I've always got healthy food. I could have an exercise personal trainer. I could have all these things if I was well off. If I would just go out and steal from elderly ladies. Optimal.
Exactly. Optimal. But you don't, because you're quite happy.
Don't I?
Well, there you go. You're on the old ladies list as well. The algorithms picked you up for that as well. You're a risk for everything today.
Feeling feisty.
Jeff Bezos is currently hiding his mother away somewhere. Oh, she's old and she's related to me. She's at risk.
She's at risk. High risk.
Gays. You don't have any money. Leave it alone.
Vegans are horrible.
Yeah, but it makes no sense. The word optimal really gets on my nerves, to be honest. It really drives. Yeah, you know what I was thinking. Utter madness, you know, and they go from one thing to another. And in the case of some people, speaking about you, John Venus, it's whatever you think is going to get you the most sort of clicks and views and everything else. It's like, you were never really vegan. And, you know, people have told me off for this when I've said it in the past about him. You know, it's like, oh, well, you know, give him a chance. Where was his chance for the animals? He'd lived over 5-6 years as on a plant-based diet. I'm not calling him vegan. On a plant-based diet, you know, and he'd been absolutely super healthy. He's healthier than I've ever been.
I know.
You know, and it's suddenly, well, I've had a child, and
it's like, my back's sore. Like, yeah, you're a human being.
My legs were really sore, and you know, even though my mum gave him a rub with some like lotion, you know, they're still a bit achy. And I thought if I ate maybe like a baby animal, they'd feel better. It's like no. What you thought was that people weren't watching your channel anymore, and if you went and jumped on the carny bandwagon, you know, you get an influx of views and make money off their lives.